Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a simple way of making these wing fairings, or how this mates up the wings into the fuselage smooth, very smooth like. So the transition, as you can see, the wing here comes up and just transitions right into that same shape. So it's somewhat like a fillet, but it's not a fillet. And there are many ways of doing this, but this is probably the most easiest way I've seen. As you can see, this looks very, very nice, the way they butt up in there like that. The wings to the fuselage. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on this. First I'm going to do is new design. And make a mock fuselage here. Use a cylinder on this plane. Okay, we have our so-called fuselage here. Now I'm going to do an offset plane. And click OK. And I want to create a sketch on this plane here. So I click that plane and create sketch. Now I'm going to draw an arbitrary airfoil. And if you have an airfoil that you want to use, you would just put it on the canvas onto this plane here and then trace it. But here's just an arbitrary one. Okay, and just mirror this. And click OK and finish sketch. And that's our arbitrary airfoil there. And what I'm going to do now is just come back to this and edit this sketch. Turn this body off again. So what you can do once you draw the airfoil, just leave the sketch open. Then I'm going to use an offset. But first I'm going to delete this line here. Then I'm going to use an offset. This and this. Make that bigger and click OK. Can put my line back if I want. Okay, now we have that, and go ahead and finish sketch. We turn the body back on. Now I'm going to use extrude. And extrude cut. And I want to use this profile and this profile. Drag that in. And click OK. And this here, just remove it. And this other one over here, remove it as well. And you don't want to delete them because you might want to come back and use those pieces again for something. So if you use remove, it just removes it from the tree up here. And if you want to bring them back, just come down here. Okay, turn the sketches back on that I need to see. All right. Now what I'm going to do, now you don't have to do this, but I like doing this because sometimes when I try to use my fit point spline, it gets all wonky and stuff. So I like to do this. Use an offset plane. And click OK. All right. Well, I want to create a sketch on this plane here. And create sketch. And I want to not that, sorry. Intersect, and the geometry I want to intersect is this, and click OK. Now we have our points here. Now, fit point spline, snap it there. And this just adds a control point here for this curve. Now, when you loft these two together, this profile with this profile here, you can make it a G0, G1, or G2. But by putting this in here, control point, have a little, somewhat control over it, but like I said, you really don't have to do this, but it's up to you if you want to. Get this from the front again. Go ahead, finish sketch. Look at this from the top. Now I want to create a sketch on this plane. Fit point spline. Okay, you can do that. Then the back here. And that's probably on the wrong line, which it is. So I'll delete this and do that again. Make sure get it on the right line. Look at this from the top. It locked onto there. Let's see, unlock that. Then move this down. Go ahead and finish sketch. Then surface, and we're going to loft. This to this. Then we can add our guide rails. And go ahead and cancel this for a second. As you can see, that back is not up, so I'll just move this up. And we have that. Now I'll do that again. Now let's just say we lofted this line to this line and didn't use any guide rails. We just did that. Now you see here how this goes into here. Now that's G1 there. How that runs into there like that. And if you can see, when I drew this line here, that's somewhat of a G1 line that I control. But this is a G1 curve here and blends into here. So this is what you want, this G1 right here. So if you didn't, let's say if you didn't draw this guide rail in here like I did, then you could still get decent results using that, like this. And that's good too, as you can see. And there's nothing wrong with that, doing it that way too. Like I said before, you didn't have to put the guide rails in here, but I just like putting guide rails in here to get more control. Now I'll go ahead and click OK here. And then we loft the bottom of it also. So this to this. And what we want to do here, give it that G1 also. And then you adjust it. And go ahead and click OK. Turn these sketches off. And there you have that nice blend in there like that. And this is G1. And for those of you are wondering how to change this color here, because let's say if you left it like this is somewhat like inside outside. And so if you want to change the color to this, pretty much you can only change this color, this grayish looking color. You can't change this color here. So let's say I wanted this to be yellow, and I wanted this to be yellow. If I click here and move this here, it's not yellow. And go and close this. So as you can see, the yellow's on the inside and not the outside like you want it to be. So to change these, you come up here to modify, and we will go to reverse and click this. Click OK. And same thing with the bottom. Modify, reverse normal, click this, and click OK. And sometimes that will reverse on you when you do sweeps or lofts like that. And then if we turn off the lines, which is Control 4, as you can see, that's really smooth. Now, if you notice, we have this little dent sort of thing in here. So I'm going to go back to the loft, first loft, edit, turn my sketches back on. It's by adding a guide rail here, but it won't let me do that. So this time, okay. But let's say we turn all this off. Turn the sketches on. Now I'm going to loft this and use the control. So now loft this to this and use the rails. Oops. Went to the wrong one. It's this one. And click OK. And now do that loft again for the bottom. This and this. And use the guide rail. Let me change something here. Okay, do this again. That to that. Now add guide rails. And click OK. Turn the sketches off. And this is it, using the guide rails. And to me, using the guide rails like I want it, I was able to control the shape more, which gives me a smoother connection going in like that to the fuselage. As you can see, it comes up nice and goes around like that. And we change the colors here. We'll first use the reverse normal, change this, and the bottom one also. Then change the appearance. Okay. And there we have that. And I think that blend looks a little better. Turn that off, turn these two off, and turn these two back on. Now this is the first one where I didn't have any control rails. But when you have your blueprints in here, you want to draw those control rails the same shape as your wing, how it blends into the fuselage. And these are G1s. And how that blends in just nice and smooth. And we can mirror this stuff too. Okay. And we have that. And that's how you get that nice, smooth transition using G1 into the fuselage. Like I said, like you can see here, this G1 nice transition around here. Well, anyway, that's going to do it for this video. And if you have any questions about this or anything on my site, go ahead and leave your question down in the comments and I will answer them. Or you can email me directly or contact me on my Facebook group or my Patreon site. Both are called CAD Build Fly RC. And go over there and have a look at stuff. And like I said, if you have any questions on a previous video that I did, go ahead and leave them down in the comments and we'll get to it. And so this is not very difficult to do. As you just saw me do this. It's a little more advanced. I'd say intermediate to advanced modeling in Fusion 360. And like I said, it just gives you that nice smooth blend of the wing going into the fuselage itself. So yeah, but anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you like my videos, hit that like button as well, and comment also. And so that's going to do it for this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Subscribe for more.